Alright, let's face it, you're bad at cross. If you're using the beginner's method, or how to get faster with beginner's method, you're probably solving cross in some method that looks like this. And that's just not good. But look at this. Wow. And that wasn't even using a crazy advanced method. That was just the beginner's CFOP cross. So here's exactly how to solve cross faster without getting into any advanced territory. So what you're going to be learning today isn't advanced, as I said, it's just basic how to solve the cross on bottom, except just a bit more efficiently. So first things first, you should know how to just connect pieces. So I've connected the orange pieces together, now we can connect that with the cross. Or we can connect it with what will be the cross. And then just practice that. So let me scramble this a bit more. I'm going to connect these pieces. Solve it with the what will be a cross. Except to make sure you're not doing what I'm doing where you're holding cross on top. Make sure when you're connecting pieces, it will look more like this. Connect, insert. Connect, insert. So after you've connected as much pieces as possible, now from on, you are going to use inserts. If you don't know what that is, that's where you take a piece and insert it into the cross. And there's basically one insert that will fix all of your problems. So either you can do it like this, or like this, and it's when you have a piece that won't match up with its center and it's in the top layer. And now we can use this however we want. So say you have a cross piece all the way down here. All you gotta do, move it into the top layer and insert. It's over here, move it into the top layer and insert. What about over here? Move it into the top layer, insert. Now what about back here? Well, in this case you can just do sexy moves and it's matched up. Or if it's like this, you can do that, insert. Now, if you have a case where you have a lot of pieces in the middle or bottom layer, a quick way to tackle this is by matching up at least one piece intuitively, and now we can insert, insert. Now, it's really that simple. You just connect as many pieces as you can intuitively, and then use your inserts. Now, here are a few helpful tips for you to do this even faster. Try solving the hardest pieces first. For example, this piece is super easy to solve. That's one move. This one isn't as easy. So, let's connect it. Now let's solve this one and finish this. And that is much faster than doing it in another order. Here's another example of that. Pretend I am on my last two pieces, like this. Instead of solving this one and inserting this, what you can do is insert this, and now this one is already solved. Something you can also do is use your inspection time. So, I'm going to spot a hard piece. I say this one is the hardest. So, in my brain, I'm going to think, what will this affect once I connect it with its center? It's nothing. So I'm just going to think it does nothing. You just gotta check by seeing what is in that same layer. In this case, there are no white pieces, so it won't affect anything. And then when I turn this side, that will affect two pieces. So let's just not worry about these two pieces. Let's focus on this one instead. So we'll insert this. Maybe I'll do like this move and then that. Then we'll do the top layer twice to match this with this, and then solve that. So let's try it. So, there. And what's good about using your inspection is instead of having to think, let me do this and then that, you can just, like that. Then you can solve the rest. And now just practice. So as I said, this is really simple. With editing, this is probably a less than 5-minute video. So just practice your cross and soon it might get to look something like that. Except make sure you're always solving it on bottom. So don't make it look like this. Like this. So that's it for the tutorial. If you're just trying to go through the whole CFOP, then right here is intuitive F2L. So that's the second step in the CFOP method. So if you want to get faster, click that next.